You're sweet. You are a sweetheart. I love you so much. Well, I started filming this video about a month and a half ago. We had just gotten our bunny, and my dad and I made a project building him a house. My dad mostly did all of it. It took him like 3 days to do the entire thing. Our bunny, Helmer, absolutely loved it. So this video was supposed to be an introduction to him, and it still is, but now it's a video that's also honoring his life, because he passed away last week. And we only had him for 72 days, I believe. But I was attached to him. He was my buddy. He was also Jude's buddy. And Eden's, of course. But Jude and I were very, very attached to him. And it's now been 5 days, and I feel like I'm still grieving, like, pretty heavily. And to be totally honest with you guys, I'm not a huge pet person. I wasn't really one before him. And he kind of converted me. I just loved him so much. So when we got him back in July, I believe it was, my best friend had called me up and said, my neighbors are moving. They can't take their rabbit with them. Can you take him? And it's crazy because she didn't know I was actually looking for a rabbit at the time. And so I was immediately like, yes. If he's good with kids, yes. And he's great with kids because he was raised by kids. And he is just the sweetest rabbit in the whole world. So I was like, yes, immediately yes. And the poor guy was disabled. He had been bitten by like a parasite when he was a baby, and it like made him crippled in his back legs. I don't know if it was both legs or just one leg, but he did struggle getting around. He didn't hop like regular rabbits. He kind of like scooted his body around. But when we first got him, he was making rounds all over the yard, and he was like very, very active, and he's used to being outside. He was raised outside, so he was just loving it. In the last week or so, I noticed that he was getting more lethargic, more tired than usual. And I didn't know what was going on. So I had to schedule him a vet appointment. And something they don't tell you about before you become a bunny owner is that it's hard to find a vet that specializes in rabbits. Why? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have rabbits, but it took me forever to find a good vet here. And by the time I did, the one that I found that was like the best for rabbits, they couldn't get me in until 3 weeks later. And I was explaining the situation to them. And they were like, just keep an eye on him. And if he gets worse, let us know. But I went out of town last Thursday and Friday. And while I was gone, he progressed and got worse. And my parents were afraid to tell me because I was already going through a really hard time with something else in my life. And so they kind of held off from telling me until I got home. And when I got home, that's when they informed me that he had been like bleeding out that day. So we brought him in from outside. We didn't want him to die alone. Brought him in, wrapped him up in a towel because he was still bleeding. Not a lot, but there's a little bit. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I take him to like an emergency vet, you know? Should I wait till the morning? We were feeding him. He was eating celery and he was doing great. So I just assumed like he'll make it through the night and he'll be fine in the morning, or I will take him to the vet in the morning and figure out what's going on. But he didn't survive that night. So I'm glad that I got to say goodbye. We gave him a lot of cuddles and lots of love that night. And then we put him in the dog crate so he wouldn't be outside all by himself. And that morning my dad went down there and found him, and wrapped him up in the towel so that we wouldn't have to look at him. And then later that day, my dad and I buried him, and Jude made him a grave site. It's so sweet. I'm actually going to include some clips here as I'm talking about it, but he created his own cross for him. He put leaves down on the ground from Helmer's favorite apple tree. He had his favorite doll out there to keep Helmer company, and he wrote him the sweetest letter, and it was just so cute. He did all of it on his own. But yeah, this is just one of those things where it's like, I didn't have to upload this footage, but at the same time, like, we love him. You know, he was a part of our family and we miss him so much. And so it only feels right that I include him in this channel. I honestly just feel so heartbroken over this. I miss him. Like, I just wish I could have had more time with him. And that's the thing that Jude always says is, we didn't get enough time with him. But for those 2 months that we had with him, they were really special. And he brought us a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. So, Helmer, this video is dedicated to your life. We love you and miss you, but we know that you're no longer in pain, and that makes us happy. So I'm in the shed right now. This is part of what we affectionately call Hotel Helmer. When Helmer, our rabbit, he's right here, by the way. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. When he was given to us, he came with his little hutch. He's had this hutch for the last 5 years, but it was sitting on the ground. So all of the wire that was down here was all like rotted and rusted and just in really, really bad condition. So my dad is the one who made this a whole project. It was his idea. So he built the platform that this house is on top of, and then he put a little bin under here to catch all of the poopies. We got a big accumulation going on down there. So this is inside the shed, so this isn't gonna rot. It's not gonna do anything. It's gonna be great. But the coolest part about Hotel Helmer, or one of the coolest, is that he has a little cat door right there that goes to outside, to his outdoor enclosure. Did you want to come out, buddy? Did you want to come out and explore the yard a little? What do we think? No? You're not interested? Okay. Oh, and there he goes. He has his little house up here, which is just a room with a bunch of hay that he sleeps in at nighttime. So I did get these plastic grates recently. Everyone told me that the wires would be really bad for his feet. So thank you for telling me that. I'm learning things as I go with bunnies. He's got like toys to chew on, different stuff. Let's go see outside. This is the outdoor enclosure where the gate, or where the cat door goes to. So this is his outdoor enclosure. It's very, very secure so that no predators can get in or out. And then that way, when we are not home, or if it's like at nighttime and he wants to come outside, he can come out. He comes out whenever he wants. He's out here quite a lot, actually. And he is usually a free-ranging rabbit, so he likes to just go all over the yard. But lately, he's just been wanting to hang out in Hotel Helmer. See, my dad put it on here. You can kind of see it. But lately he's just wanted to hang out in here because it's been so hot and he doesn't like the heat at all. So this part comes up like so. I did help my dad build the outside enclosure more than anything else, but it took a long time. It was a lot of detail, a lot of work, as you can see. It took us a whole week to complete it, so he loves it though. He's been spoiled bunny. Hi. You want to come out and explore a little bit? You want to come out and explore? The house that he was at last had little kids. Oh, are you leaving me? You're leaving me already? It had little kids, so he's very used to little kids and lots of stuff going on. And then he and Boiser, our dog,
have really become good friends. It's so cute. They like to play together. Rabbits headbutt other animals when they're saying hello. This is what Google tells me. So the first time that Helmer met Boiser, he like headbutted him, and we're like, what's that mean? So it was like his little way of saying hello. But they definitely have their own way of communicating with each other. Oh, you're coming back. You're coming back. Yes. Sweet boy. So he's a silver fox rabbit. He's a good 10 to 11 pounds. But yeah, that is Hotel Helmer. You guys like it? It's a lot of love and TLC put into this project, but he really enjoys it. So okay, he decided he wanted to come out.
Hello, buddy. You're so soft.
He's so soft, huh?
Yeah.
He's the softest. You got Elsa petting him too?
So soft. Hi, buddy.
He's like, that's not food.
He likes us.
As you guys can see, this is how he like kind of hops away. We're on a hill right here, so it's kind of harder for him to get around. But when he wants to, he can get around this yard really quickly.